Okay, why don't we do a little walkthrough and see what's happening here with the old F100. I'm going to move this a little bit there. So, this has already begun, and so excuse the already in processing, but we'll catch up to where we're at right now. So, we've got 1965 F100, beautiful little old truck. 94,000, I think, original miles on it. No rust. Yeah, it's a good one. So it was time to get the motor running properly. And one thing led to another. It was going to be, okay, well, we'll just put an intake and a cam in it and, some headers. And, well, there's a bolt broke off in one of the exhaust manifolds. So really kind of need to pull the heads. Okay, we could lap the valves anyway and do this and that. And so we started working on it. Pretty soon, we end up with this right here. So we're well on our way. And so took the 2-barrel manifold off. I got a 4-barrel manifold for it, which is good. And, down here amongst all the moving junk, headers. Yes, we're going to make it sound good. And then over there in the messy workbench, I've got a camshaft and lifters. So we get started. Surprisingly, the exhaust bolt donuts on the back of the manifolds actually loosened and we got them off. So we didn't have to cut the exhaust off just to get the heads off, but that's gonna get cut off and taken out anyway. So we do that, pull the manifold off the other night, and get the heads off, and they are right here, soaking happily down in here with power lube and stuff, so we can get all those out without breaking any more of them off, hopefully. And then we'll just do a kind of a quickie cleanup and rebuild on the cylinder heads. And there they are. Yeah. So that's underway. We got this far and go to start pulling the lifters out, and they are so mushroomed on the bottoms they won't pull back up out of the bores. They're stuck. And if we try that hard to get them up out of there, it's going to gall the bores up and create new problems. So camshaft down through here, of course. And all the lifters, how do we get the lifters out if they don't come out this way? They have to go that way. How do we do that? We can struggle and struggle and struggle this cam out of there by moving it forward, lifting, pulling all the lifters up as much as we can and working it. No, not doing that. That'll take forever. So, yeah, you guessed it. We're going to pull the motor out. Out she comes. And that way, we can tip it upside down, lifters all gravity down, get the cam out, shoot the lifters down through the bore, get them out of the motor. Well, they're all going to fall down to the, yeah, that's right, we're going to pull the pistons out and put new rings in it too. As long as it's out, it's going to be on the stand. So, the cylinder walls are nice and glassy. Yeah, no crosshatch left. This is a 9-year-old motor, and even though it doesn't have 1,000,000 miles on it, these things wore out in 100,000 miles back in those days. And there's some ridge on here, but the pistons, they're not sloppy in here, they're tight. It's going to be okay to just ring it. We'll run a ball hone up and down it, ring them, put it back in the rig, she'll go. So that's the start. And that affords another opportunity too, since motor's going to be out, which is going to be real easy. I mean, this is so easy to work on this. It's just like everything's right here, as opposed to a motor this size in the 66 Fairlane, where you hate life and wish you were dead and you're going to change hobbies before you ever even get the motor in. Been there many times. But since that's coming out, hey, yeah, guess what's right there? That's right, the clutch. We'll be able to just put a new clutch in it, since it's probably due anyway. And so it'll be just an easy way to generally freshen up the whole thing and get us on the road. And so we'll have headers, and then, you know, make a nice exhaust system all the way out the back properly. It's going to sound good. Have a nice choppy cam in it, 4-barrel manifold. You know, it'll have a little bit of power. Nothing great, but it'll be fun for dirt road cruising, you know. And so we got this far, you know. Of course, parts filling up the bed. And it's, you know, everything's in pretty good shape here. There's not a bunch of old, rotten, beat up, rusted, falling apart everything on it. It's been preserved. This thing sat in a garage in a barn up on the High Line by Glasgow, Montana, forever. And so it's a solid unit. And so it'll be easy to get this thing all freshened up and looking good, working good, performing good, and just be a great going to town rig. So that's step one, stage one of the big F1 Fiddy project. Huh? Pretty sweet.